with that being said, what else we got going on, bro? We got to kind of get this thing moving. Our mics, are sounding crazy out here in these streets.
Is YouTube hating on us, man?
And YouTube is hating on the gods and stuff like that. Because, you are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
So, Serena, she lost this year's U.S. Open to, what's her name?
Naomi Osaka.
Osaka, yes.
Yeah.
So, it was a lot of controversy around the loss because it wasn't just a straight-up loss. It was a lot of back and forth between Serena and the official. Because apparently she was warned about her coaching from the sideline. I didn't know you couldn't do that.
Okay.
And then so it was a warning, right? He was making hand signals, and then Venus got another. She was upset about the violation.
You mean Serena?
Serena. I said Venus.
Yeah.
She was upset about the violation, and then she smashed her racket on the court, which is another violation.
It's 2 violations.
And then I guess because she was going at the official,
She called him a thief.
she called him a thief.
That was the third.
That was a third, and he took a whole game away, or a point.
A game or a point?
He took a point away from her.
Okay.
Right. So yeah, she was losing anyway, right? Mm-hmm. And then people are calling her a loser because she lost. But then Serena Williams and other people are saying that if that was a white man, she wouldn't have been treated like that. She wouldn't have lost that point.
Okay. Yeah.
So what do you think?
You go first.
Okay, I think both are correct.
Okay, and that's very possible.
Yeah,
we have to get out of the mindset that it's either right or wrong. The situation could call for correctness on both people's part.
I think both are correct because I do think she's held to a higher. Like I think she's judged way harder than her white counterparts.
She's also married to a white man. Let's keep that out there.
I don't think that has anything to do with this.
Well, maybe it is because she couldn't come out straight out and say, you treat white men different. You know what I mean? Just interesting.
She hasn't said that?
I think she just said She said men. She kind of generalized.
But okay, so that's what people are saying, right? That if she was a white man, if she was a white woman, she wouldn't be looked at the same way. Mm-hmm. And this is true. She gets drug tests more than any other player in women's tennis.
Okay.
And she doesn't make as much. She doesn't get paid as much, which is not fair because she's clearly the best to ever do it.
Absolutely.
So, but it did take, that whole situation did take away from the young woman, Naomi, what's her name?
Naomi Osaka.
Let
me clap that up for her. And Osaka
she's Japanese, Haitian Japanese.
She's Haitian, all right, and Japanese, but
they keep highlighting the Japanese part like her father wasn't there.
Right,
and her father's in her life.
Not only is he in her life, I would bet that her athletic skills come directly via Haitian.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Haiti. He said Haitian. Okay.
I'm pretty sure if this was a science fair or something cracking a code, mom's genes would kick in. Psst, psst. That was racist. But it outshined this young girl's accomplishments. You know what I mean?
It's unfortunate.
It was very unfortunate because this became about Serena, even in a loss.
Yeah.
And you know me, I hate the victim consciousness. Yeah. And Serena pulled the victim card. You know what I mean? Not saying it wasn't warranted. Yeah. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying this became about her even in a loss. And young girl was spanking her ass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She was in her ass. Yeah. And I think the writing was on the wall. This is the second time she beat her.
Yeah.
But the first time she beat her, that was Serena's first game back from giving birth. So we kind of put an asterisk near that because we know she wasn't in game shape. And, I hated to see that happen at a monumental moment. And because now it's the changing of the guard. It's another black tennis player named Stevenson.
Yeah, she beat Serena too.
Right, she beat Serena too. She's very good. Yeah. So now this young energy is coming in, and Serena is transferring or ascending into motherhood.
Yes.
Transcending is what I mean. So ascending, transcending into motherhood now. And you know what I mean? And that's fine. And there's nothing that could be taken away from her greatness. But know and understand, when you set the bar so high, the next generation now have a reference point in which they are trying to achieve and even get better. And that's the way consciousness works. So we want to big up Naomi. And it was unfortunate that she was crying because the crowd appeared to be booing her.
Yeah.
And that Serena's crying. I don't know what the fuck she was crying for. And, you know, as a result, it became a press conference in which Serena had to defend her womanhood.
Yeah.
And technically, she is right. So I want to be clear with that. Serena is correct. The standard by which they hold her, she is superhuman. You know what I mean? And as a result of that,
it's that too. And because she's a black women are historically looked at as
superhuman.
Well, they're super, yes, but they're historically looked at as like aggressive, like angry black women. So
right. So
as soon as she speaks up, they're like, "Whoa, all right, you know, take the point." Like,
right. So, and then from somebody, I don't know where he was from, Carlos, whatever his name was. You know, he looked very timid, and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And then you have this domineering black woman getting at me, and it made for it to look stereotypical, but it wasn't really all of that. Serena's just saying, I don't cheat. Don't accuse me of cheating.
Right.
I would rather lose than cheat. And, you know, as a result, it was just bad all the way around. But I don't want to get lost in the sauce that this young Haitian girl, who they keep trying to say she's Japanese. Now, she has to play the Japanese card. You know what I'm saying? To get better endorsements and this and that.
Oh, but she's about to get paid too.
Yeah, she's signing a record deal now because they see the writing on the wall.
Yeah.
And not to take away from her ability to still play the match and be strategic and execute, because Serena, man, her serves alone are crazy.
Yeah.
So lost in that is this young woman's triumphant victory over one of the greatest. But Serena does have a point, and what she's saying is, I hope now, if it doesn't work for me, that the next generation of women coming up won't have to deal with that, because McEnroe and them boys was out of control. John McEnroe?
Who that?
That's the tennis player from back in the days, the famous dude who used to curse the umpires out like, are you out of your mind?
Right.
You know what I mean? And they accepted that. But they won't accept the black woman speaking up her piece. So I want to make sure we're fair in how we, you know what I'm saying, go across this.
So the picture I have behind me was from a cartoonist named Mark Knight. And he depicted, Serena Williams as, this.
Right. And he's from Australia?
It's Australia, yeah.
Okay.
And he has no idea, and he doubled down like,
Yeah, he doubled down like he didn't do nothing.
He doubled down like it was no big deal, and like I said, it was just he only drew it as she was just being a sore loser.
Yeah, but this is subconsciously how he views her.
Classic racist
because if you look in the corner, look how he has Naomi with blonde hair. She ain't got no damn blonde hair. Yeah. You know what I mean? Well, she does, but
you know what he was going for.
But I know what he was going for. See, the cartoons, a picture's worth 1,000 words. Look how big and broad and, you know what I'm saying, protruding Serena looks in her picture, and how timid and meek Naomi looks in hers. So we know outside of America and inside of America that this is not uncommon. So, but he felt that by doing it in a cartoon that he could kind of slyly get away with, you know what I'm saying, those kind of issues. And it just doesn't work that way.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that people still view black women that way.
Yes.
And it's unfortunate that, if black men are at the bottom, black women are at the bottom.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And this is why it's important for us to make sure we raise our women up at all costs. So when we go in at Nikki or Serena, it's strictly out of love. It's not to, but we have to speak truth as it is. I can't just say something about you and your shit might be a little raggedy, because this is our laundry and this is our moment to kind of, side note, if you're listening to the show and the whole thing is choppy, when we repost it, we'll add the official audio and we won't have any problems, because we are recording separately for our podcast. So the sound will be great in the broadcast. But keep those super chats coming. It's been a little quiet in the chat there, in the super chat.
So, real quick, I have a book recommendation.
Book recommendation. Okay.
It's called Push Out. It's by Monique W. Morris.
Pause. Push out.
Push Out. The criminalization of black girls in schools.
Oh, okay. Let me hear a little bit more about
this. So if like we were just talking about, they see black women as angry. They don't understand. So in schools, black girls, the way they talk with their hands and things like that, teachers, especially white teachers, there are a lot of white teachers in our communities, they see them as threats, and then they come down on them a little harder than. So.
And this is do you know who's the author? Monique Morris.
Yes, great book. Great book.
Yeah. So what's happening also is that's a cultural thing for us. Mm-hmm. That's why I'm always telling young people, when you see the police officers, you know how we normally get down and we do this. That can be misconstrued as an assault or an aggressive manner, especially in today's. So you have to be careful for your safety. This is not about your sovereignty right now. This is for your safety. So our women, who a lot of them have taken on more aggressive mannerisms, because some of these dudes out here are such, I'm sorry to say it, bitch ass, fuck boys and shit, that our women have overcompensated with a little bit more aggression that they normally would. Yeah. And a European teacher who does not understand our women's struggle, what they've been through, what they're going through, from a community perspective, I could literally see how that's an issue. So I haven't read the book.
Push Out. I'm, for the people in the chat.
Just for the people in the chat. If you have
that's watching, people in the podcast.
If you have a young daughter that's in class, in school, and you want to make sure that she receives the benefits, because there's one big game they're playing. Mm-hmm. The more aggressive you are and you coming at your teacher, the more likely they're going to target you. So this is chess, not checkers. So for you young ladies, play this role all the way up to college. It's all one big goddamn game. You know what I mean? So we want to be clear with that. So check that book out, and somebody get back at us and let us know how the book turns out. You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X. Peace. This is the Black Dot, author of the underground classic Hip Hop Decoded and Urban Culture Decoded. For 15 years, I've been decoding hip hop, breaking it down, giving you it piece by piece, the DNA of hip hop, all of its multifaceted components. For the next 15 years, I want you to join me as I give you hip hop recoded, and we put it back together, giving you its RNA so that we don't leave the next generation lost. But I have to give you a disclaimer. I am not a hip hop guru. This is not hip hop law. This is for pure entertainment purposes only. I am not a doctor. So before you take the red pill and go with us into the matrix of hip hop, consult your doctor to see if hip hop recoded is for you. With that being said, we thank you for your patronage, and we see you on the other side. Peace.